Chapter 6. The next morning, Arthur gulped down his breakfast. "Why the big rush?" asked his mother. "Cereal doesn't get soggy that fast." "I'm meeting with Fern before school," Arthur explained. Mr. Reed picked up the newspaper. "Look at this headline. Town goes ape. This gorilla has everybody talking." "I was hoping he'd stop by our house," said D.W. Her father smiled. "He'd probably enjoy my banana bread. It says here they found his trail leading into the woods." "The poor thing," said Mrs. Reed. "I'm sure he misses the jungle and all his friends." "Speaking of friends, I have to go," said Arthur, rushing out the door. When Arthur got to school, he found Buster and Fern talking on the playground. Fern was making a face. "How does it start again?" she asked. Buster cleared his throat. "Once upon a midnight cloudy, a big old bat said, 'Howdy, howdy.'" Fern waited. Buster waited too. "Well?" she asked finally. "That's as far as I got," Buster admitted. Fern looked disappointed. "I suppose it's a start." "Cloudy and howdy rhyme," Buster pointed out. "I noticed, but a poem doesn't have to rhyme, and rhyming by itself doesn't make a poem work." Buster frowned. "I was afraid you'd say that." Fern looked at Arthur. "What about yours?" she asked. Arthur didn't even want to read his poem aloud. He just handed it to her. Fern read it quickly. "Oklahoma? Boy, Arthur, I know you can do better than that. Besides, this poem seems a little familiar. Instead of copying other people, you need to be original. Use your imagination." "I don't have any ideas," said Buster. "You have to be excited when you write a poem," Fern told him. "If you're not excited writing it, nobody will be excited reading it. But don't feel boxed in. A poem can be about anything. Something in your life, something you heard about. There's no limit." "You really believe people would want to hear what I think about?" Buster asked. Fern shrugged. "There's only one way to find out." Later, at recess, while the other kids were playing, Arthur and Buster worked on their poems. Arthur was laying on the ground, and Buster sat perched on a tree branch above him. Arthur was thinking about what Fern had said. It made sense to use his imagination. The problem was, his imagination seemed to have suddenly gone on vacation, and he had no idea when it was coming back. Arthur looked up. Buster didn't seem to be having this problem. He was humming to himself as he wrote down one word after another. "I'm done," Buster shouted suddenly. Whoa! Look out!" He fell off the branch and landed near Arthur. "Oof!" Buster looked down at Arthur. "I'm done," he said again. "Isn't that great?" "Great," Arthur repeated. "Now can you get up?" Buster got to his feet. "I hope I didn't interrupt your thoughts." Arthur sighed. "No such luck," he said.